Well, hello guys, I hope you're doing well, and for today's video, I wanted to talk about something that I feel I'm still in the process of, but have definitely come miles and miles and miles on. So in today's video, I wanted to talk about how to go from being very shy, very introverted, awkward in social situations, being very fearful about expressing yourself, to being much more self-assured, self-confident, and even if you tend to be an introvert, that doesn't mean that all social situations have to be extremely painful. Basically, I will be talking from experience because ever since I was a kid, I think I definitely erred on the introverted side, not only from the fact that I'm an only child, but if you guys watched my immigration story video, you'll know that when I first moved to Canada, I actually had about a period of a year or two where I really didn't have a lot of friends because I couldn't speak naturally in English yet. So that obviously made an impact on my personality, and as I was growing up and into my teens, I remember having this strange sensation like I was constantly wearing a filter, that some of the things that I truly wanted to say or express or to do, I just couldn't allow myself to go there. Like there was some kind of self-created barrier that wouldn't allow me to be vulnerable or be open to criticism. Like I took criticism so close to heart and let it really define me. So unless I was super confident in what I was going to say or felt very comfortable around the people near me, it was very difficult for me to get those things out. The big turning point of being more self-confident and open with who I was actually started once I tried to get into the film industry or entertainment industry, even when I was modeling, because while I initially was drawn to the more creative aspect of it, of creating something beautiful or embodying a certain type of character, I then realized that being in that industry, you did have to have really good social skills. You had to be able to talk well with people, especially people like twice or three times your age. And then not only that, you also had to be able to market yourself really well, to be confident in your skills. Because one thing that I will say right now for anybody in any kind of industry is that you never want to go into an interview or audition, whatever you want to call it, of just oozing neediness, of that whole starving actor mentality of please hire me, please give me a job, you're so wonderful and I'm so lowly, please take a chance on me. Just don't do that. Nobody wants to work with somebody whose confidence is that low because they can't trust you to do the job properly. People want to work with somebody who is their equal or who they can learn something from, or at the very least can believe that they are confident in their ability to do the job that's assigned to them. I will never forget one of my first acting classes here in Toronto, where before I went to it, I had gone to Toronto Film School, I had gone to another acting studio briefly, and then all of my training in Saskatchewan. And if I'm being completely honest, I always felt really good about myself in acting classes because I, felt like I was actually one of the top actors in the room, and my teachers would tell me so. They tell me how great I was, how talented I was, that I had so much going for me. And I go to this new studio that my first agent in Toronto recommended, that said they had really good working actors studying there. And I was by far the worst person in the room. So it was a bit of a rude awakening of how great I thought I was. And it also then really pushed me to go to that next level of expression. Because if I think back to some of the first exercises that I was doing in my improv acting classes, where even just acting out a little silly sort of scene seemed intimidating because with improv, you don't know how it's going to go. There's obviously no lines, it's just whatever in the moment. And that itself can be kind of scary. I literally used to be the type of person that when we're going around the room of introducing yourself and saying something about what you do, I would pre-plan what I was going to say and rehearse it in my head. Like, that's how bad it was. It made me really scared to just be caught off guard and look really stupid in my answer or do something that I wasn't really good at. Like, I had a lot of perfectionist issues. So in this class of people who are not only amazing and so much better than me, but we're doing exercises that are totally like taking me out of my comfort zone. I would almost freeze up when I was on stage because I literally just, like, I had that shield again of feeling like I can't. And what I actually came to realize out of that kind of feeling is that you actually look more stupid just standing there, unwilling to do it, than actually doing the exercise and making a fool of yourself. So me trying to have other people judge me less actually pushed me out of my comfort zone to look silly, as ridiculous as that sounds. But the whole journey of what I have learned in acting classes has basically helped me on a monumental level to get out of my shell, to not really worry about what people think. And in that way, you actually begin to learn what your strengths are. You really have those innate capabilities really come to the surface when you feel more free to just be in the moment and express yourself. So if somebody was to ask me what I think is the top way to help somebody have more self-confidence, to have better social skills, and to just have more freedom in expression, I honestly would say to take an acting class, like a good one, of course, and to find one maybe at a beginner level if you are just new to it. Improv is absolutely wonderful for just building confidence in the moment. Acting actually gives you so many life skills that you're just not taught in school, because it actually is a skill. I am absolute proof of that. Like, I did not just naturally become self-confident and able to sit here with you guys and be vulnerable in my videos. Like, it has been a habit, it has been a skill, and it is something that acting classes constantly make you work on. And if for whatever reason you're not able to go to an acting class, I would also greatly urge everyone to really begin having more vulnerable conversations with at least people you feel really comfortable with. So pick maybe one or two people in your life that you're fairly close to, whether it's in your family or your friends. And some people may already be doing this, but for those of you that aren't, like, take baby steps in talking about your feelings, being open, being vulnerable. Also, doing what you really want to do is also an incredible way to gain confidence, because not only do you feel really good because you're doing what you want to do, but it makes you feel like you are the true leader of your life. If you're constantly just doing things because somebody else told you to do them, or you think it's going to look good but you don't actually want to do it, it makes you feel very disempowered in your life. And I find that that is one of the strongest ways that you actually strip your self-confidence. Like, when I was doing jobs that I really didn't want to do, or, you know, even in certain relationships, I was acting a certain way, even though it's not how I actually felt. It's literally like digging something into your heart. It's not authentic, it's not true, you don't actually want to be there, you don't actually want to be saying those things. So you have to be strong enough to actually follow your heart and do what you want to do, and that itself will help you build your confidence. Traveling is also a great way to build self-confidence and self-assurance, and has definitely been a huge part of my life, where, you know, to the degree that you want, you are literally thrown into a new, unfamiliar type of culture, people that you maybe normally wouldn't interact with. And if you're traveling alone, you know, a lot of times it's really up to you to figure things out, to keep yourself safe, to keep yourself alive. And that whole experience really makes you respect yourself a lot more and to trust yourself a lot more, because I've had, you know, so many instances on my travels where sometimes it has been scary situations and there isn't a concrete sort of answer for me to know what to do. And at the end of the day, I just got to trust myself. Like, I just got to bet on myself and begin to tap into my intuition. And that itself not only connects you with, you know, your inner self, but it also draws you to a higher power. And whether you want to believe in religion or spirituality, any kind of higher power, I personally use that as a great pillar of strength and confidence, because I have been proven to time and time again that there is a larger intelligence going on, and I truly do feel protected when I'm following my heart and doing what I know is right. So whether that's something that you want to incorporate or build on in your own life is up to you, but my spirituality and my adventures and travels have definitely helped me become a more confident and self-assured type of person. So those are just some tips that I wanted to share with you guys today. I hope they were helpful. I hope they made you feel that if you feel really weird and awkward in social situations, and think ahead of time of what you're going to say and don't actually tell people how you feel because you feel very scared, you're not alone. There's others like you out there, but at the same time, know that you do not have to keep living that way, because it is painful. I know myself that it is painful to live that way. So know that it is a process to change that, but there are certain habits that you can begin to build or put yourself in new situations that will begin to change that. So if you enjoyed this video, please let me know. Comment down below your whole feeling on the subject. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you next time, and keep being your own kind of beautiful. Bye guys.